Welcome, everyone who's joining in on a live tune in right now. It is your girl, your co-host, yo, lovely herbalist, your psalmist, your birth and doula, Cynthia J. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share while your girl is up here trying to make sure she get the sound effect right here. I'm getting a little echo in the background, but let me know if you guys can hear me. Give your sister a thumbs up. Welcome, love. Welcome, sister. Welcome. Welcome, everyone who's joining in your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J show, holding us women accountable, but not excluding the men. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday to everyone. How's everyone's day today? Again, I am your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding us men. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I'm up here just making sure I'm letting everybody know what the deal is. I'm tapping in and I'm going ahead and sharing this link. If you got the link, go ahead and share to some family members, some friends, and hit that like button. I miss you guys. How was everybody week? This new solar week. So much has been going on in the past week and a half or two. You guys, we got some diving in deep today on some current events, past events, on updates, what is going on in each state, what's going on across the country and the continents. You guys are going to be very amazed with some of the things that are going on, and it will blow your mind. Because right now, what I do know, my mind has been blown with a lot of things that I've been coming across, hearing about, and seeing. So again, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. So before we get started on that, I definitely continue to ask you guys to keep me lifted up in your ancestral prayers. Always thank you for supporting me. Thank you for always just encouraging your sister, pushing me to do what I do. Thank you for allowing me to give you the updates to current events. Thank you for allowing me to be your healer, your birth and doula, and so much more. And I thank you guys for that. So, with all further ado, let me get deep on some topics that are going on right now, some current events. So, definitely for those who are unaware of, for the FBA reparation rally that is coming in on June 15th at 11 a.m. in Washington, D.C. If you guys are flying out from different states, come to Washington, D.C. for the FBA rally, reparation rally. Many amazing speakers will be there. There will be a lot of vendors out there. There will be a lot of family. Bring your kids, bring your family, invite a friend. It will be right there in the area in DC. You don't want to miss that. It will be on Pennsylvania Ave, right in DC. It's going to be powerful. If you haven't got a chance to get there, it's a free event. So make sure you guys will be there, because a couple of years ago, it was fire. And I would tell you, a lot of people didn't believe that it was going to be a full-fledged event. It was a full-fledged event. So for those who will be for the FBA reparation rally, make sure you're out there 11 a.m. June 15th on Saturday. Again, invite family and friends. You don't want to miss out on that. Who heard about what was going on with the Fiji water? I know a lot of you guys love Fiji water. For some of y'all, most of us, know that Fiji water is supposed to be an artesian water, supposed to be a very high alkalinity. It is supposed to be very healing because it's coming from, the stream with a mineral rock. Now they're trying to say Fiji water has had a recall. For those who are unaware of it, you started to see that the Fiji water is not on your shelves in the supermarkets, the grocery stores, wherever you at, and you'll notice that Fiji water is not there. It's because Fiji water has had a recall. Nearly about 1.9 million bottles have been recalled over high levels of bacteria and manganese. Bacteria and manganese. This was done by spoken by the FDA. For those who are unaware of it, for those who do know what's going on, yes, you actually brought one yesterday at the mall. See, I'm trying to tell you, this article was actually, this was spoken back in May, going towards the end of May, but some places maybe it's on an expiration date. You know how sometimes when they do a recall, they only do a recall on a batch that was produced and established by the date sent and and the expiration date. Most time when they're doing recalls. But I'm gonna read this article real quick on it. It said nearly 1.9 million Fiji water bottles have been recalled after testing positive for bacterial magnesia. The FDA said last week that the firm testing the Fiji natural artesian water product revealed three bacterias, guys. Wow. Three bacterial genre along with the magnesia, which is a mineral that your body needs to stay healthy, but can become toxic if consumed in high amounts. Okay, so my question is, how you not know about this a long time ago? We talking about Fiji water. You know how many people is consuming Fiji water throughout the day? And you saying it all depends, magnesia is what we need as a mineral that your body needs to stay healthy, but can become toxic if consumed in high amounts. Okay. This is Fiji water. We talking about a natural artesian spring water. And you're saying that if we drink too much of it, that's one of the things. It's supposed to be a natural mineral, can be toxic. Okay. I mean, I being, certified herbalist when it comes to natural stuff, and I mean natural from the earth, everything does have to have a balance. I will say that. But I've known people to drink Fiji water and they haven't had any problems. But this is what the FDA is stating. So they have said that it has been affected about 78,533 cases carrying a 24 pack of 500 milliliters of the water bottles. They were sold in Washington and nationally online through Amazon. They said, however, the federal agency and the water company don't want Fiji consumers to be concerned. But the products were initially recalled in March. See, don't that disappoint you that stuff is recalled back long ago, but then they don't publicize it until probably like a couple months or a month following? I mean, that's crazy. who does that? But meaning that the situation in which is used of or exposure to the volatile product is not likely to cause adverse health consequences, according to the agency. So which one is it then? Because you're saying that it has bacteria in Fiji water, right? And then you're saying that Fiji water got magnesia in it, and then you're stating that too much of it's gonna cause toxins. So which one is it? So it just seems like they're playing around with our health, right? Yeah. So for those who still drinking Fiji water, I always tell people do things at your own discretion. But if you also have something like a filtration at home, you can filter your Fiji water. If you carry the cases at home, like Zero, you see Zero and Walmart and other places now, which is very popular. You can find coupons for them on sale online to buy the Zero filtration and the filter that goes with it, the whole compartment of it, if you like, and still pour that bottle in there, and it will re-cleanse it and purify it, and still give you the still fresh taste, still keep the minerals in it. So that's a good thing. But like I said, for most people in the U.S. who consume this through their diet, but some people don't develop the toxicity from drinking the water in high levels. So it's really based off just our diet and what we are around in our environment with the water basis. So again, don't get scared, guys, but just definitely make sure that you do pay attention to the recalls and stuff like that. Another current event that has occurred, definitely, you guys, in this area where I'm from, please keep this family in prayer. There was a shooting this past Monday, right after the elementary school's promotion ceremonies for fifth graders. And it was sad because this event that occurred in our area where a 15-year-old boy was shot and a 16-year-old individual was shot, a 22-year-old and another individual who was 18. And the fifth person, it is stated that the 15-year-old did not make it. So please, definitely, let's keep that family lifted up in ancestral prayer. It broke my heart to hear about this. And I'm just, it's still, my spirit still grieves because it's our young youth, 15 years old, out here where I'm at. The last week of school is tomorrow, and this has happened this week. And to hear that the young boy, as he was screaming out when he's been shot, I don't want to die. It's still like just saying it, guys, bothers me to my spirit. I can't shake it right now because my spirit being is grieving for the mothers. So for those who have lost children, just know that we lift you up in prayer. Keep this family in prayer. Keep our children lifted up, guys. There's so much going on in the school system, in social media, in our environments, depending on where we live at, that these things occur. And this young man was just too young, too young. And the sad thing about it, they say from the article where it stated that it was a 17-year-old that shot this gun. You know, growing up, I knew people knew how to get guns, but they are getting access to guns more often than ever before. A 17-year-old. So we don't know if it came from a family member who may have their stuff normally locked up. Kids are very smart and intelligent. They observe and they're watching us just like we're watching them. And they could be, watching your every move, seeing where you're placing your weapons. So if you have weapons around, guys, family members, cousin, aunties, uncles, grandparents, parents, whoever, make sure you always look around you because your children are watching you. They know what you have. You've seen what happened to the mother with the 6-year-old boy in Newport News, Virginia, who went into her pocketbook, took out the gun, and went to go shoot the teacher at the school. That's how bad it's getting. And children are learning these things from off of social media and their environment. So please, let's definitely keep that mother and that father in prayer of their child. It's just really heartbroken to me, and it still bothers me because sometimes I don't even want, my flesh don't even want my daughter going out in an area because it's unpredictable. People are just unpredictable. Children are unpredictable. They quick to be angry, and out of anger, they don't let it go, and they just get the first thing they see and just go out there and start shooting weapons. So with that being said, definitely keep an eye out for that. Pay attention to the children. On other news, who saw this situation? This just happened, posted on social media yesterday about a father in Wisconsin. Excuse me, guys, can't even get the word to stay out of my mouth to even pronounce it right. In Wisconsin, a high school dad blocks the superintendent from shaking his daughter's hand on the graduation stage. Who saw this video? Like, for real. During graduation time for the high schoolers who are graduating, this is a special time for our children, and we shouldn't always get so caught up in our feelings and our emotions that the fact that you would get that caught up to just intervene in a time when your child is being called by their name to get up, walk across that stage, to shake hands and to grab their high school diploma, for you as a parent slash guardian to go in. That's crazy. So I'm gonna read this article, guys, so y'all can hear what it's saying. So the Wisconsin dad is under fire for rushing the stage at his daughter's high school graduation to shove a school official from the handshake lineup, and some think it's race involved. If you saw the video, I would automatically, the way the video was set up, and this, what I'm telling you guys, check this out. The high school was recording this on live. It is on YouTube for those who are unaware of it. Definitely type in the Wisconsin dad who stopped the parent from shaking. The parent from shaking the superintendent hand. It's going to pop up. You're going to see it immediately. But right here it says this went down at Baraboo High School last week when they were holding their ceremony for the outgoing seniors, and the video captured an awkward moment. I'm going to tell you, when I was sitting there watching the video, guys, it was going smoothly. I was like, okay, well, what they talking about? I see the caption, but I'm like, what are they talking about, right? All of a sudden, you just see this guy, this Caucasian guy just comes across. He glides in between everybody onto the stage. Like, the way he did it was so fast and smooth. And when he glide on right there, he pushes the superintendent, and the superintendent looking at him like, and this is a black man. He's looking at him like, what is going on? So he's like, he says out his mouth, bro, get your hands off me. So for those who haven't seen it, please go on YouTube, check that video out, because it was very embarrassing. The daughter didn't even get a chance to shake the superintendent hand. She stood there beside the other school officials. She did not even move. She was waiting. The father had managed to push the superintendent all the way back to backstage, and he was there. And then the other officials went back there to quickly try to apprehend the father for doing any more harm, because you can hear the brother saying and repeating, "Get your hands off me! Don't touch me! Get your hands off me!" And I feel it because everybody else is like, "But you don't know what's going on with the situation. You don't know what the matter is." Yeah, she was embarrassed. She definitely was embarrassed because the young lady was standing there and she was just like, "I can't believe my." You can look it on her face. It's like, "I can't believe my dad just did that. I cannot believe my dad just did that." That's how she was looking. And then the superintendent came back out. By this time, the young lady had already walked down. She was embarrassed. But you can hear the students in the background in the crowd. They were up there like booing. And then once he came back on, they were hand clapping heavily. So the applause of the students, the graduates, you can tell they were for this superintendent. And a lot of people don't understand that not all superintendents are always available to these events or what can be going on. So, for what it is said that this young lady was supposed to have been bullied, and they felt that the situation wasn't handled. But right here, like they say, you can't tell the impromptu eruption is caught everyone off guard, including the his own kid. And while off camera, you can hear what sound like the father say, I don't want her touching him." This is why the superintendent, Rainey Briggs, expresses frustration. And all at the end with the father, whom they did not identify to protect his daughter's identity, getting arrested and booked on disorderly conduct charge. But his motives remain unclear. So this is coming from our TMZ article. So you guys who are out there, definitely look up on TMZ. And also on here states that there were told cops asked him why he did what he did, but the dude wouldn't offer a clear reason. So the father offered a vague rationale that didn't specify what his beef was with what Briggs was. And the cops go on and they say they won't speculate on the motivation either. That's not stopping others from jumping to conclusions. So a lot of people are, really on this situation here. Again, for those who are parents out there, please do not embarrass your children in a wrongful manner. Please. You notice I said in a wrongful manner. When it comes to, correcting your children in a rightful manner, do what you need to do with all means necessary, because at the end of the day, it don't just affect the child, it affects you as a family, as a community, and all of the above. So definitely, please make sure that we do things that are not embarrassing to our kids, guys. Like, seriously. I'm seeing that a lot on social media, even with mothers out here, with all due respect. I'm seeing twerking and all this other stuff at graduations, and parents yelling and doing splits and all kinds of stuff that's just not presentable as a young, vibrant woman. I'm not gonna say old, because old is just a word, but women that's supposed to be carrying themselves as women in a feminine, elegant, classy, moral essence kind of lady that she should be. Please. And even the same thing with the fathers that are out there, that doesn't exclude the men. Make sure you carry yourself as well, because our children are watching us and they learning from us. And like this young lady right here, I bet you she might not even, if she goes to college, she probably won't even let her dad know she having a graduation at school. Because after that, she was embarrassed, like for real, for real. She was embarrassed on that situation. So I know if I was a parent, I probably would be ashamed of myself doing something like that, that is not very well mannered for any situation. So also, this is another updating news just to add on for women. But this is still good to know for men, so men can make sure, those who are fathers, where the mother is not around and you're a single father, and you need for your daughter to know these things, or even if it's your parent, these things that happen. So there was another article on a young lady where it was very sad, but endometriosis, for those who are unaware what that is, it has a lot to do with the reproductive system. in the woman's female lining. And normally people don't understand that, when these situations occur, it can cause infertility, it can cause health issues in the long run. Oh, thank you, love, to use of 47336. And so, with that being said, it is a very thing that is caused in women of all genders from young to older. So, yeah. Oh, my prayers out to you. You had that hysterectomy. And a lot of times women do not understand the severity of what we consume and also our environment that causes us to have this. In my family, I've had family members who had endometriosis who were unable to have children. And back in those times, the field of science didn't have what they say, quote unquote, all the answers to how to heal from this naturally, or the advanced devices to help with these situations. So it is always by a doctor who may not be well overly advanced and knowledgeable that they will recommend a hysterectomy. So I will use this as an example. I had one of my ladies that I helped. And with that being said, one of my ladies that I helped, she hold on guys, my daggone TikTok did it again. I do not know what is up with TikTok, but we gonna get this right. TikTok, they must know I must be doing something right. Every time when I'm on live and I go to do something on TikTok, it cuts me off now. Yeah, they must know I'm on point. But with that being said, while I'm getting TikTok to revamp, so for those who are on TikTok still, guys, forgive that. For some reason it blanked me out again. I've been going through this every week. But back to the endometriosis and with hysterectomies, they do not sit back to let you know you can heal yourself if you're willing to heal your body as a woman from endometriosis. It is it is healing there. It's beyond the word possibility. It is possible. It is. So one of my ladies who I was there for when I came into her life, she was having that issue. And prior to me coming to help her and things like that, and watching her eating and doing the same thing, even for myself, guys, as a woman who had some complications and were told that I wouldn't be able to have children. But when I tell you, won't God do it within me, the ancestors, the angelic angels, when you do what you do and you consume what is God given nature, do it. It's you will receive the benefits. So I had to take things out that was causing more harm, but replace it with the natural earthly things, the godly things to replenish it. And it took a lot of time. And I'm not gonna sit here and say it was easy. It wasn't easy. It was not easy, but I made sure that I did what I was supposed to do. And as I was doing things, the same thing technique I use for this lady. And I will also teach her how to massage her womb. All of that. Do you know? And this wasn't last year, but the year before. And I've been around with her for almost 3.5 years. She came back with a report without having to have a hysterectomy saying, I am cured. Everything is gone. Peace and love and blessings, love, Moj. Yeah. She came back and she told me, she said, thank you. She said, if God be for me, who can be against me? She said, since you've been in my life, you have encouraged me. Sometimes we need that encouragement. Sometimes we need to be able to uplift one another. We need to motivate, and we need to be an inspiration to others, because that is a good vibration. That vibrational energy that you give, being optimistic, being an encourager, being an influencer, being a motivator, being more than a conqueror, more things that you can imagine. And when people start to see that and they say, okay, something about this person is just, it's just, magnifying. What is it that they do in their life to encourage them like that? So when you do what you need to do, I learned when I do what I do, it encourages me. When I see the movement through an individual and the progress going from a progress to an accomplishment, dang, when I tell y'all to put joy in my spirit, encourages me, it motivates me to get up here and talk about testimonies for other people. They testimonies become my testimonies. I know. Peace and love. Welcome on to the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men, my brother. But yeah, it makes us being encouragers. So I share that with you because of this article, and it breaks my heart that this young lady here, killed her at the age of 38. 38. It's almost most people that pass away with these kind of things and cancer and all of this stuff and sickle cell anemia, leukemia, all these things are causing so many things. And so it's sad, but that was one of the other things that I had to talk about to let women know, take care of your bodies. Take care, let us take care of ourselves. Let us be more cautious of sugar intake. And I'm not talking about natural sugar from like honey, agave, coconut sugar. I'm talking about like white sugars and things like that that actually break down the body and cause more issues than anything. Because a lot of times we don't realize how bad this stuff is feeding, causing diabetes. It's causing everything, guys. And all I can do is tell us first you have to be willing to work hard. You have to be willing to want to change. Point blank. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next thing. This is another current event that's going on in Virginia, in the state of Virginia, dealing with Governor Glenn Youngkin. He announced that Virginia will no longer follow California emission policies. I was like, oh man, are you serious? So, you probably like, what does that have to do with anything? A lot of individuals who, come from California come here and come into the big VA area, and some people are unaware of that. So right now, this is pertaining to the electric vehicle mandates in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So he has put that out there. He is, having us no longer, and he has pushed this policy. He was pushing against it for years. He got it out here. Yeah, he got it out here. So with that being said, yeah, that right there, these politicians, they pushing it out there. But on other news, who saw the situation with Biden at Morehouse, guys? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I mean, some people, it's being talked about, but it's not being talked about enough as it should. And so, with that being said, Morehouse during the graduation, Biden had went out there. I don't even know how they even asked for Biden. I mean, it's just me saying, you go into a historical black college, you should know you're going to get booed, or people find out you're showing up. That yeah, they're gonna eliminate you. They're not even gonna support you walking up on the stage, because so much that has been going on since he has been in office that a lot of college students are aware of now, of his capabilities. And plus, he old. He old. I mean, this man is old. Why is he still in office? Why is he still in office? I'm trying to understand this. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Am I wrong for saying this, guys? Like, for real, because I'm just like, this man is old. He don't even, when I watch the videos, I'm not trying to talk bad about him, but he old. He old. And you can tell when he's slowing down when he talks. Like, seriously. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna read this article real quick. This happened last month for those who are unaware of it, dealing with the Morehouse grad. So Biden had reached out to Morehouse grad, and it stated that Morehouse College graduates not to give up democracy in the the commentary. So he was supposed to be there to give his little speech. You know how we do when college grads getting ready to graduate, and you always have either a politician or a celebrity or alumni from there who is a celebrity, or just alumni in general who comes and speaks on behalf of the college kids to give them, some encouragement on life and things like that. So Morehouse students, for some that were there, they did not show up. For others, they turned their backs while we're talking at other schools like that. They turned their backs on him. They turned their backs on him. You can find that live on YouTube as well, guys. So you definitely can find it on YouTube. And when you find that on YouTube, try your best to watch what you can and see it for yourself and share it. So people are unaware of so much that's going on. And the news media is not going to share everything. The news media is not going to tell you all the truth. They're not. They're going to give you half. I don't even want to say half no more. They're going to give you a little portion of the truth and give you the rest lies. So yeah, that's what that situation is. So Morehouse students, college, they wasn't having it for Biden on graduation day. You could have picked anyone historical, black to get up there, but no offense to those Bidens, but then it is offense. Yes, that situation, that's just on some other news. But with that being said, also, there's been a lot of other breaking news of some other things that's been going on. Please be careful. There was another article dealing with a lady who was coming out of the grocery store with her 2-year-old son. And as she had just came out, she was walking to her vehicle. As she got to her vehicle, she unlocked the car to load the groceries, guys. To load the groceries while her 2-year-old son was still sitting in the cart right beside her. When randomly a woman comes up and starts stabbing her child and stabbing her. She tried to quickly remove her son out of the cart and throw him in the car while this woman was still stabbing. The mother received stab wounds as well, but the child did not make it. It blew my mind. I'm like, what is going on? Are people really going mentally, insane? Like they always say those who are mentally insane are really the ones who are in a right mind and sane. And those who are being noticed to be sane are really mentally insane. So I'm just looking at it like this. Please be careful out here, guys. It's a lot of stuff going on that is ridiculous. And it broke my heart that 2-year-old boy didn't make it. It broke my heart. Last but not least, definitely again, keep that family lifted up in prayer. That mother lifted up in prayer. She survived, but her child did not. I don't wish this on no mother, no father, nobody. Last but not least, there's another call on sugar substitute. Xylitol may lead to heart attacks. Xylitol is a sugar that's supposed to be a really good natural sugar, as they say. But I believe why they trying to say this is causing heart attacks, it could be because if it's man-made. But here what's the article saying. So it states that studies of the safety of the common sugar substitute xylitol suggest that very people intent on preventing heart attacks and strokes, which includes diabetics and are very people who could suffer ill effects from ingesting this. So what they're saying, I don't know who wrote this article, but what they're saying is that those who consume xylitol, if you have any past issues like a heart attack, a stroke, diabetic, just be mindful of this sugar. The xylitol is also labeled as birch sugar. Consumers are urged to carefully read labels, learn if it often use xylitol is the product. It's kind of hard to do that because with that being said, they're changing the names to a lot of these ingredients. So you can go and read an ingredient and realize that the ingredient you thinking is one thing, not knowing it could be another name. Also, the English language is very complicated. Some people are sitting here saying, no, it's not complicated. Yes, it is. The English language is very complicated. And with that being said, as it's very complicated, you don't know the real definition to these words because We live in America, and America makes us jacked up. I didn't know that what state this was in. Okay. I'm just catching your message, love. Are you talking about the sugar, or are you talking about Morehouse from the last message, my love? Yeah, but this pertaining to the sugar part in Cleveland, they stated this. So yeah, this situation here with sugar, be careful, guys. Read the ingredients as much as you can. But back on Morehouse, Morehouse is in Atlanta, Georgia, for those who are unaware of. But back to the sugar part, yes, please make sure that we learn these things. Living in America, it's very hard to really know what is in what. Oh, about the stabbing. Oh, Lord. That was out of state. If I'm not mistaken, that was in Ohio. Let me go ahead and double check that. Sorry, guys. I'm just referring to some comments. Let me get back on here again. I'm about to type that in real quick so I can give them the state on that. So the stabbing happened in, well, let me go ahead and read this. So this actually was in North Olmsted. So it said the woman allegedly stabbed, well, now they're saying it's three. So now they're changing this up to saying 3-year-old child. So the woman allegedly stabbed a 3-year-old boy to death outside. This is in Ohio. So in Ohio grocery store, and it might be a random attack, but they're still investigating it. What gets me is that they mention the young boy's name. Now, most of the time when there's situations, hey, love, how are you, beautiful? Most of the time, the situation, they do not name the child. But here, they name the child. So, out of due respect to the mother, you welcome, love. I am not going to name the child because the child has been unalived. But the mother, it said, and Bagot Woods were both stabbed, and this was around 3 p.m. on Monday in the parking lot of a Giant Eagle in North Olmsted, about 15 miles outside. So this is outside of Cleveland. And allegedly, this woman named Bianca allegedly stabbed the young one multiple times as he sat in a shopping cart. And his mother tried to pull him out. And as she was pulling him out, stabbed her. He suffered stab wounds to the back and the cheeks, police said. And Woods, 37, the mother, survived with non threatening injuries, but she still was stabbed. The 32-year-old that stabbed was placed into custody. Um, the victim and the individual didn't know each other. This was just random. They didn't know each other. So that goes to show that you gotta always be observant of your surroundings. This is something my husband and I talk about, even with our children. Yeah, it is terrible. It's very terrible, guys. Like, y'all don't understand. I am very sensitive when it comes to kids. Like, this stuff is just messing with my spirit being, because a 2-year child, he only been on this earth for only 2 years. We don't even know if this woman's only child. I used to be a pharmacy tech. Each drug has a generic chemical. Yes, that's so. This comment is going back to the sugar, the xylitol, a chemical, a trade manufacturer, name such. Yep, amphetamine, as known as Tylenol. Yes, so they do switch. You are absolutely right. They change the words, and you don't know, and that's only on here in America. Other countries, they'll keep it one way and leave it at that. When I had to get medicine over there. But back to, I'll get back to that in a few. But back to this situation with the mother and her child. This right here, as you see, it was random. So this individual first allegedly stole 2 knives from, now check this out. This individual stole 2 knives from Volunteers of America thrift store next to the grocery store. It doesn't even make sense. Y'all hear this? Stole it from the thrift store next to the store, and then walked to Giant Eagle where she saw Wood and her son. This is what the prosecutor said. She allegedly followed them immediately and attacked the 3-year-old first, and then the mother. As the mother, I cannot even begin to fathom this sense of loss that has the family going through. This is what the mayor, Mayor Nicole Daly Jones, said on Tuesday during a conference. This case is truly devastating. Oh, yes, it is devastating. It's devastating to me. It should be devastating to all of us because we get so comfortable in believing that nothing can happen. We get so comfortable that thinking that, okay, we live in this area, nobody can do anything. You don't know that. Some of these people are breaking out of, you know, these particular institutions because now they don't have too many psych wards like they used to. Some people are just randomly just going crazy. And like I've told some people now, for those who are unaware of it, for those who have been paying attention to what's been going on with Dr. Fauci, yes, and him being, on the stand ever since the vaccine, he admitted. So you guys need to go on YouTube, like I came across, and find out the true information on the COVID 19. And he admitted on everything. And they knew now that everything was affecting people. People, after they took that thing, some people went crazy. Depression started kicking in. You don't know what's what. You really don't. So, I mean, for those who had already did it, best thing I can do is tell you is take you a body cleanser that cleanses out metal. One thing, Brother Rizza Islam, for those who are unaware of him, Brother Rizza Islam, who does love to quote and under the leadership Minister Farrakhan, he talked about this. He's out there with a lot of scientists. You know, this brother is deep intellectual, extremist intellectual. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on YouTube. Rizza Islam. He's been on major platforms. Even he was there 2 years ago during the time where brother Tariq Nasheed was out there for the FBA rally of reparations. Deep stuff. He went far and beyond for us. He took some hits when I tell you. So for those who are unaware of him, please look up Brother Rizal Islam. You can definitely find him and Brother Tariq Nasheed, Powerful Brothers. I've already posted that on my platform. So for those who follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you've seen it on there. I've already posted it up. You'll find all information there. Last but not least, I'm gonna finish reading this article and then I'm gonna let y'all guys go. But on here, the prosecutor said the charge of 1 count of aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, guys, 1 count of endangering children, and 1 count of tampering with evidence, 1 count of misdemeanor theft. She has not been arraigned, prosecutor said. So this means this person might be put as crazy. Because most of the time they put them mentally crazy, so then they put them in a psych ward. But it's not too many psych wards around in the States now because, like here in Virginia, they shut down a lot of psych wards in these facilities. And then some people also, too, who are, mentally intellectual disability have some bipolar and schizophrenic tendencies. And the stuff that be coming from people, you got to be mindful what's going on. So, do pay attention, guys. I tell y'all, for all the things that do go on around you when you step your foot outside, make sure you keeping yourself covered. As some of the people who are of faith and believers say, keep yourself covered under the blood of Jesus. The others who definitely believe in the spirit realm, the spiritual covering from your ancestors, the great divines, do so. Because what's going on out here is some deadly stuff. And I don't recommend anybody being caught up in a lot of the foolery. Oh, before this leave my mind, the artist from American Idol, the one who passed away last month, they finally did an autopsy on her, and they stated that what happened to her was a cause of obesity. This is American Idol winner Mandisa. Her death was revealed, so her death was due to complication of obesity. Obesity is one of the things that some of us who do grow up already a little obese, we do have issues along the way. It does weaken the heart, it weakens the vessels, so many things. So, but this is the Grammy winner of Christian music singer and former Idol contestant died. She died in April. So from complication of a class 3 obesity. This was according to the autopsy. So for those who know her, she's done some pretty good music. If those who still keep track of American Idol, I know I haven't been watching American Idol for a while, so I stopped watching it because a lot of people have changed. It's not the same for me, that's just me saying. So with that being said, again, just make sure we all take care of ourselves. Be mindful to be safe. Teach your kids to be aware of their surroundings, who they're friends with. Not everybody is good company, because trust me, they are the type of people that are dangerous. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Oh, almost forgot. For those who follow normally Steve Harvey Morning Show, if y'all know Shirley, who's on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, there's a situation where it's supposed to have said her husband is supposed to be getting indicted. So he must have did some scandalous stuff with some money. And he is under heavy investigation. Yes, heavy investigation. So with that being said, definitely, please be mindful of, what's going on around here. Keep her lifted up in prayer. Because sometimes you can be married to people and not know that they're doing something scandalous with money. I'm telling y'all, doing something with money, and it gets you caught up in it. It really does. It gets you caught up in it. So right now, Cheryl is saying that Shirley Strawberry's husband faces RICO charges. That's what it was. Looked it up for y'all. RICO charges over alleged scam involving Steve Harvey Morning Show listeners. That's some deep stuff. And then I'm going to let y'all go. So I'm going to read this last article. So Shirley's husband has been hit with the RICO, with a racketeer influence and corrupt organization act, charged for his alleged involvement in a scam targeting listeners of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. The charge stems from accusation of fraudulent activities orchestrated by Shirley Strawberry husband, which reportedly, now you hear that, reportedly duped unsuspecting individuals out of significant sums of money. Wow, guys. Like, wow. The scam, which allegedly operated under the garnish of false promises and deception marketing tactics, has sparked outrage and condemnation from both the public and the radio show loyal fan base. Listeners who fell victim to the scheme have voiced their frustration and dismays, guys, and being misled with the fraudulent issues. Right. And dismays with these issues and someone they had placed their trust. Y'all hear this? You right. Darn, that is crazy. I'm gonna say more than poor Shirley, because you tarnishing your wife hard work that she has placed in with Steve Harvey Morning Show and her co-partners and everybody, like, for real. It also stated that Shirley Strawberry, beloved co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, has not made any public statements regarding her husband's allegations and trouble. However, the allegations against her spouse have undoubtedly cast a shadow over her personal and professional life. Yes. And leaving her to grapple with the fallout from her alleged criminal action. As the legal proceedings unfold, authorities are working diligently to hold those responsible for the scams accountability for their actions, and the case serve as a sober reminder of fraudulent schemes and devastating impact they can have on the innocent victims. This is not just about innocent victims alone, guys. Now, my optimistic side is saying I really am placing prayer that her husband really was not involved in this. Maybe somebody just took his identity and just ran with it. Because people be doing stuff like that too. If he really did do that, oh my God, if he really did do that, guys, I, being like Shirley, and she's unaware of it, would be extremely hurt that he allowed himself to take his wife and Steve and his nephew Tommy and all of them that be on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And I'm not saying that everybody is perfect. Everybody is not perfect. Trust me, we all have skeletons in our closet. We all have done stuff. We still battling with things, and I can put myself in that category. I would be sitting up here making it seem like I'm so perfect and be telling lies. No, I am not perfect. None of us on here are perfect. Do I strive to do better? Do I strive to excel? I expect that from all walks of life with all of us. But when we are up here doing things that we should not be doing, scamming people, when you have your peoples that got your back, that do things that cause, the industry to be uplifted, to bring popularity, to give people the opportunity to be on shows, to play the music, be in a black owned, show. It's sad. It's sad, and you damage your wife's image. So now, when people, if they decide to hire her, she want to go to another radio station to be a radio co-host, Shirley Strawberry, they're gonna be like, "Oh, ain't that Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey Morning Show?" That's how they're gonna be. For those who don't know, I'm drinking beet juice with ginger. Very potent, very powerful, good for your iron levels. That's for everyone, men and women. But anyway, it is a bear sin. But with all that being said, guys, definitely, again, make sure you guys come out next week, June 15th, at the Reparation Rally in Washington, D.C. Make sure you bring some lawn chairs. Make sure you bring you some snacks and some fruit and some food, even though they're going to have vendors there. Make sure you bring some cash. I always try to bring cash instead of using a card. But they will have people out there like they did the last time. Because some people were really out there. They made sure we had drinks. They made sure we had umbrellas. They made sure all kinds of stuff. Because out in that area, they don't have a lot. They don't have like canopies. So it's wide open, right strict in the middle. But it's a good area where the sun directs at. So please make sure y'all get out there and y'all support people. Anybody that tell you, oh, what reparation can do, reparation can go a long way. Our ancestors paved the way. They did their very best on what they should have been, that they were doing, and other people are benefiting off it. And it's not, fair for us that we're not. We strive, we work hard. Everything we have built grassroots foundation. Some may disagree with me on this, who are not, from Black American descent, but I'm gonna say this, and this is not to divide, but this is only to speak the truth. Division was not done by us. Division was done by those who perpetrate to make it seem like that they were there to help the people, but they cause a division amongst the people. So with that being said, you give one group that is benefiting off of somebody else's, hard working money and tax-paying money, but you're not replenishing. It's just like right now what we going through in America. Everybody is working hard. The cost of living is going up. Food is going up. Water's going up. Bills are increasing. They add in more tax. So now, like back then, let's use cable, for example. Let's say you got Comcast or Cox or Direct TV or Dish Network or where, whatever may be in your area. And things used to be included for free. Even apps now with these companies, you got to pay for. Or let's say, certain things you used to get more in quantity, you getting less than quantity. I remember back in the day, and I don't eat hot dogs anymore, but I remember these hot dogs called Big Eights back in the day used to get like, I think 10 to 12 in the pack. That went from 10, 12 to pack to 8, probably less than that. Then you turn around, see 6. Everything is decreasing. They're giving you less for your money. You paying more, but receiving less. So everybody is struggling. Everybody is going through. Yes, everybody besides those who are wealthy and they already there and they ain't like, oh, we good. And others are just laying on their back, don't want to do nothing, not trying to circulate it back in the community. Don't just keep taking, God. Let us circle back in our community. When you circle it back around, it replenishes. It's just like, okay, I have an apple tree. If I'm going to keep apples, I'm not going to just spit all the apples and throw them in the trash. I'm going to take the seeds out of the apples. I'm going to hold on to them because one day I'm going to need to repot and regrow an apple tree. Anything can happen. So with that being said, the same thing goes for the reparation rally. So for those who out there, make sure y'all get out there in Washington, D.C. for the Juneteenth celebration. It's going to be right up in D.C. These speakers, they're going to have some major speakers there, guys. I mean, They're gonna have a special music guest performing. Hip hop legend Big Daddy Kane gonna be there. Who remember Big Daddy Kane? You know about Big Daddy Kane? Yes, he will be a special performance. Brother Islam's gonna be there. Vicky Dillard in the house. Our sister Vicky Dillard. Vicky Dillard. For those who don't know Vicky Dillard, she be having her gravel and she be hitting it. Yes, I love that sister. Our brother Marcel Dixon from North Carolina and South Carolina area going to be there. Afro Elite going to be there. Dr. Randy Short's going to be there. Black Alpha going to be there. And Dr. Ma'at, dear elder Dr. Ma'at, she will be there. I follow her too. One thing I can definitely say, she likes my stuff. I admire her. So definitely make sure you get you a FBA shirt, flag for those who will be out there. And that's about it. But if you haven't got a chance, guys, to listen to my music, please go on my bio. Click on my link tree on the Cynthia J, right on TikTok or Instagram, or right here in Restream platform. If you look at the bottom of my Restream platform, you definitely see all my information screening below. It will have my link tree information. It would also have my Cash App if you'd like to donate for the ministry, my PayPal if you'd like to donate for the ministry. It's not for me. All of it goes to the Cynthia J Ministry to continue to move this podcast platform and also to be going out there, not just for the music itself, but also to help in the community of the area of our people. So definitely, if you get a chance, guys, make sure y'all get up there and do what you can, because every little bit helps. Like every little bit helps. When you go up there, check out your sister on YouTube. You can type in Stretch Your Faith. That's one of my songs. One of my favorites that has been encouraging me recently is I Put My Trust in You. That song had just came out in April 4th on behalf of my brother who has passed away. And I dedicate that to him. So with that being said, guys, make sure y'all get up there and get that button, like, subscribe, and share when you go on the YouTube platform. Don't forget your sister, for real, for real. So go on to my link tree on the Cynthia J. Gospel. Everything will lead you to my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook, and all other social media platforms and songs. So thank you guys for chiming in tonight with your girl Cynthia J, holding us women accountable, not excluding us men. Stay tuned next week. Next week is going to be a deep, deep topic. Next week is going to be a deep, deep topic. Sorry about that again, guys. For some reason, my TikTok keeps knocking me out, but that's not stopping me from doing what I do best. I'm a go-getter. I'm a fighter. I never stop doing what I need to do. But make sure, for those who are out there again, for those who are on TikTok that's getting ready to pop back up, I don't know what's going on with TikTok tonight, guys. For those who are up here on TikTok, thank you for joining in. Thank y'all guys for the hearts and the love. Again, salute. Thank y'all. Make sure you check out their music. Holding us women accountable, not excluding men. Peace and love. I love you guys. Have a blessed night. Bye to all my TikTok and Instagram brothers and sisters. Stay blessed. Stay live. My eye. I say. Love you guys on my Restream Live. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Show some love, because that gets your sister out there for people to hear the truth, nothing but the truth, and nothing but encouragement. Peace and love and blessings.